Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your monthly reading for the month of May. My name is Tiffany from Tiffany's Tarology, and it's so good to have you here. I am very hopeful that this message will be a very timely message for you, giving you hope, encouragement, illuminating some kind of issue or some kind of progress forward in your life. Let's see what Spirit has to say. If you are interested in helping to encourage this channel to grow, if you could be so kind and subscribe, also leaving comments on anything that resonates in the reading, as well as liking the video can always help. If you want to get connected with me outside of the YouTube space, I do one-on-one readings, which you can book in the description box below. And also you can get connected with me on my Instagram. So Taurus, let's look into your current situation for the month of May. Current situation. I will have to cover this card up because she is naked, but this is the World card. And the World card is all about you diving into a level of your life where you're completing a major chapter, a major cycle, a completion of some part of who you were, who you've been, major lessons learned. And we'll definitely clarify that card for you, Taurus. We will pull all the cards. There will be description box timestamps for you to click on, so you can also skip the shuffling part if you would prefer to do so. All right, Spirit, the current challenge to this chapter closing. What could be a barrier for you, Taurus? A self-limiting... Oh, sorry about that, you guys. A self-limiting belief. What is the challenge for Taurus? You have the Knight of Swords. So there might be a little bit of lack of motivation, ambition, desire to keep moving forward. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you've just been going through a lot and you don't have the stamina to kind of keep pushing yourself. You know that better things are ahead of you, but that Knight of Swords is like a thirst for knowledge, a thirst for adventure, taking the next step. Maybe there's some hesitation, procrastination. Strengths for Taurus. We have the Ten of Swords. So you have learned to alchemize your pain into power. You're moving on from a very negative battles in your life that are going to help shape you as you go into this next phase of your life. Area of focus for Taurus, where Spirit wants you to put a little more emphasis. The Emperor. So you're being asked to really focus on self-improvement, self-development, just really becoming a better version of yourself, stability in the home, within your finances, taking better care of your health, looking into what it means to be a leader as well. That can be in so many different fronts. So that could be in the home front, that could be in the work front, within a group of friends or community that you have. Near future. You are going to be celebrating something in the near future. We'll see if we'll dive into what that could look like for you for the month of May. Recent past, Spirit, for Taurus. We have the Moon card. I'll have to cover that one up a little bit later. So recent past, I feel like you navigated some dark points in your life. Maybe a little bit of lack of understanding of where life was taking you. So you had to go through a lot of dark times, and you're walking out of that, having followed your intuition and really looked at where life is heading for you, thus completing that chapter, right? So this last full moon wrapped up a big chapter for you. Advice. We have the beautiful Strength card. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck. Spirit's just reminding you to keep hanging on. These chapters close in our life, but ultimately we know something bigger, something better is coming behind that chapter closing. It's not just going to be, oh, you're to the end of the road. Like, no, it's time for something new, and having strength to get through the transition, to persevere. That's what Spirit is saying, in spite of the good or the bad days. All right. Your environment. These are external factors that are playing a role in your life. Two of Cups could be a relationship that you're in. a close friendship, some type of partnership, whether romantic or business. Could even be a really close family member. Someone you're connected to is heavily influencing you, as well as Ace of Wands. So you have your eye on like a new idea, a new quest, something that you want to do with your life now that you have closed out a major chapter. Hopes and fears for the month of May for Taurus. All right. So we have the Five of Wands and we have the Chariot. You are tired of being held back by others. You're really ready to kind of take off on your own here. I see with that Chariot card there, it's like, I'm ready for success. I'm tired of the drama. I'm ready to, really be on the move, get my life moving forward. So there could be things that have been stalling you out. There could be the potential for, I just can't quite get to where I want to go. There's things in your way. Limitations. That's the word I hear coming through. Potential outcome for Taurus. Potential outcome for the month of May. The Devil. Facing your fears, passing tests, moving beyond the limiting beliefs that you've had for so long. All right, so to start us off, we have the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. So you are becoming a new and improved version of yourself. You really have listened to what God has desired of you to do with your life. You have opened up new doors of possibilities as a teacher, as a leader. You are more focused on your spiritual quest. And I see you going through a period right now where you've lost so much and you've gained so much. And this last full moon that we had taught you deep lessons about where to next in your life. This Scorpio full moon that we just had, it was a lot of releasing of the old self. So ascension, I see ascension here, and I see someone who's still, in spite of the ascension that they've gone through, they're still, trying to piece it together, letting go of the old sense of self, trusting this new path that you're on. And so with the World card here, as your current situation, again, I wish I did not have to cover her. I'll try to cover it with my fingers. But with the World card here, it's like you see that life is closing a major chapter. So if you've been going through a mental battle, a physical battle, a legal battle, things like that, I see the doors finally starting to close on that particular chapter, and now you're moving forward with a new adventure. Something is ready to burst or come forth because a major part of your life has concluded, and all in the best ways possible. When we see the World card, we think of completion, celebration, movement forward. A lot of you could have been celebrating birthdays. And so, just really saying, I've come this far and I'm so happy that I completed this year, this chapter, this, this monumental transformation this past year of my life. This last full moon, I let go of everything I needed to. And now I walk forward into a new life as a teacher, as a healer. Yes. And when I clarify the World card, this is you closing out a chapter of lack and disappointment, grief, hurt. With the Three of Swords, there's the energy of heartbreak or loss, some type of defeatist attitude for some of you. And with the Five of Pentacles, potentially issues with health or issues with your finances, feeling like there is a lot of money at stake or loss of money, or you just can't make enough money. You have been in a period of your life where you've really had to churn forward even when life wasn't so beautiful, and you are ending that chapter, completing that chapter, walking into something that is going to be a revamp, a rebirth, a new sector of life is opening up for you. And that old lack mentality, that old, I don't have enough, I'm not loved enough, I don't feel valued, those energies are going away. And that's beautiful, beautiful energy. All right, so we have here for your challenge is the Knight of Swords. So as you're closing this chapter, right, in May, I just see at the beginning of it, maybe there's this beautiful celebratory energy. But as you get through the thick of the month, there might come this time where you're like, I'm tired of being on the go. I'm tired of moving. I really don't feel like, doing this or that. I know I need to make an exit strategy, or I know I need to pay those bills, or I know I need to get a handle of my finances. Like whatever that is, I just see you kind of being held up, mostly because the Knight of Swords is the fastest knight in the deck. And so if this is in your challenge, I see you potentially having a difficulty getting up and going, moving towards the next target. And it's okay to rest, but just understand that you don't want to be stuck too long in one particular place. 1111, as I say that. So you're on the right track. Knight of Swords, go ahead and clarify, Spirit. Anything else Taurus needs to know? What do they need to know? I saw the star card flip the wrong way. You might be hiding, dimming your light. Knight of Cups. Interesting. So this is funny. I see you kind of just more so focusing on what makes you happy. Like you might not be focusing on the things that are super serious right now. And you're kind of just like, I'm just going to go enjoy a ride, or I'm just going to go out and play music with my friends, or I'm just going to go ahead and go to this cafe and get some food. Like there's nothing wrong with that, but I just see you maybe prioritizing kind of just rest and relaxation over kind of getting into the nitty gritty. I saw the star card somewhere in there, but it was flipped the wrong direction. So you have here for your strengths, and this is such an interesting card for strengths. You have the Ten of Swords. This means to me that you have overcome these swords in your back. The energy here is the dawn has come. You have learned what you needed to learn from previous issues, relationships, places where you felt guarded, places where you felt hurt, abused, abandoned. There was so much that you honestly just needed to let go of, and you had to go through the harshness of the last year, especially. That's coming through really, really clearly, but there's a completion to that chapter. And from all those swords in your back, you now have learned how to overcome, how to persevere, even in the face of just really troubling times in your life. You just overcame, you alchemized your pain into progress, your pain into persistence. Like there's just this movement I see that you made. And what Spirit wants you to do, and I gotta relight my candle here. Here we go. What Spirit wants you to do with your area of focus with the Emperor, like we said before, is to begin to focus on you. The Emperor is very grounded, focused on expansion, focused on their money, focused on what's next in their life, being in control. So some of you may have felt like this is a time for you to regain your power, to reclaim your autonomy. Some of you might be moving through situations where it's all on you to accomplish your goals and dreams right now, and you are very focused on what you need to do to build your empire, to start that business, to go higher, I should say elevating your career, climb the corporate ladder. If some of you are working jobs right now, I know Jupiter for Taurus risings is expanding right now your finances as it goes into Gemini in your second house. And so this is a time for you to build wealth, to build stability, to financially, grow, and also to have more self-worth and self-value, because the second house of income in astrology, it's not just about your finances, but it is, the work that you do. So you're going to be getting into a lot more work with your career basis. You're also going to be focusing more on your physical appearance, your health. How do you feel on a daily basis? Are you taking advantage of opportunities that are coming towards you? And then in the near future, because of all the hard work that you've been putting into yourself And honestly, this also is screaming birthday celebrations, but you have been putting so much work into yourself to elevate who you are, your self-value, your self-worth. And I just see you having a good time with friends this month and just enjoying yourself again, doing things you hadn't done in a really long time. Anything else about the Three of Cups, Spirit? Oh, yeah. Okay. So we have the Eight of Cups, the Five of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. So we'll start with the Eight of Cups. This celebration that you are having is as a result of you finally choosing to go your own way and be in better aligned circles with people who see you for who you are, cutting ties with anyone or anything that does not make you feel good, that does not make you feel valued, that was putting any strains on your mental health, especially with the Five of Cups. So many of you went through loss, rejection, disappointments, breakups, issues with your health, having to let go of old ways of being, and especially the loss of like deeply connected relationships. I'm just feeling that so strongly. And it's like you're finding a way to celebrate again and to have fun again and to remember who you are. And also, some of you are going to be celebrating huge financial wins, huge upgrades in your lifestyle and who you hang around and who you are and how you're respected, promotions, just really big increases in your finances, especially again with Jupiter going into your second house. I see some of you who've been, really scraping by, seeing like, wow, I have money now. Like I can actually do for myself the way that I would want. Your recent past, we have here, actually that one's not big enough. We have here the Moon card, and what it shows is basically, in the traditional card, the moon, and it also shows a wolf and a dog. And so the two parts of yourself that you have to really reimagine, to invoke the energy of both the dog or the wolf. Are you going to be man's best friend or, the predator? Is all of that going to come out in you, right? So you chose a path and you cut ties around the full moon with situations and people that did not allow you to be your best self. You finally saw what you needed to see. You embraced what you needed to embrace, and you let go of what you needed to let go of. And so when I see that Moon card, I see a completed path, like you were walking along and you just finally understand, like, okay, this is the pathway forward. This is what I do now. This is the way that I face my fears. Anything else on this Moon card, Spirit? There's that Star card. Anything else on the Moon card, Spirit? Queen of Cups. This is such a beautiful card because it also shows that full moon. It is connected to Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, water signs, which are all inherently tied and connected to water, and especially Cancer connected to the moon. You could have Cancer in your chart. You could also have Pisces in your chart. But regardless of that, this closing of this chapter with the Moon card, it allowed you to finally say my cup first. You followed and listened to your intuition to the T. And you were able to come out on top. More emotionally fulfilled because you listened to what your body was telling you about a certain situation, about a certain person. And I just see you put yourself first. This Moon card illuminated a lot of darkness in your life, but it helped you to heal. And that's so important. And that's why your advice from Spirit is to have strength, to persevere through this difficult time in your life, to understand that there will be ebbs and flows, positives and negatives in everyone's life. There's nothing you can do about it. You have to just go through it and be strong and not give up. No matter if you came from a really difficult period, especially this past year. This past year was a doozy, but now remember, you're walking into more expansion in your life. you're walking into an emphasis on your mental health. The nodes are in your 12th and 6th house. So you might be kind of pulling away from like a very structured lifestyle with like your health and your work, and you're moving towards what gives you more freedom, what's better for your mental health, what allows you to rest, to have more peace of mind, things of that nature. With your environment here with the Ace of Wands and the Two of Cups, I just see you being very inspired by the groups, by the people you're with, by the relationships that you hold. There is this desire that you have, especially for those of you who are single, to find a new love, to find a new spark, to be in a committed relationship and to build with someone. For those of you in relationships, deepening of those connections, illuminating of what else is there, where do we take this? And for those of you that this could be like business partners or families, I just see a lot of growth, a lot of expansion, passion, love, creativity, really diving into something new with the people that you hold closest to your heart. And this is also as a reflection of you beginning to expand on loving yourself and on closing those chapters of the past. It's like it's time for a revamp, a renewal, to have a spark. Like some of you truly are going to like run into someone this month if you're single, and you could really have a spark, like a fire of like, wow, I don't know, maybe this is like a new love interest or someone's coming in for me. Hopes and fears. We have the Five of Wands and we have the Chariot. So again, like we were saying earlier, there could have been some limitations in your way. These were not things that you could not overcome. The wands, we have to remember, are not swords. They're not going to hurt you. They're not going to cut. Well, they could hurt you, but they're not going to like cut you, badly injure you. It's kind of just you had to go through a lot of ups and downs, bickering, fighting, quarrels, this and that. And I see you just being ready to like move in a whole new direction. You're ready for just this new life, a new commitment to self. There is so much beauty in this card of just, I'm ready to see what else is out there. She's got one foot on each motorcycle, right? So she doesn't necessarily know exactly where she's going. She can't continue this way forever, but you're at a crossroads. I can't talk. You're at a crossroads in your life, and you're like, I'm moving beyond all of this to move into a new beginning for myself, where I feel better, where I feel ready to take on the world, the challenges that come with it, and I am going to be successful as I move forward. This Chariot, this rider has a wand in her hand. It's giving me like magician vibes. Like you're creating your new reality. You're at a crossroads. There's limitless opportunities. There's options for you. You can go left, you can go right, but whatever you do, you're getting yourself out of the chatter and out of kind of the squabbles that have been around you for so long, and you're choosing a new path. And then with your potential outcome with the Devil, I'm definitely going to clarify this card, but there is the potential for you to relapse into a chaotic energy. And I just want to give you as a warning for this month. If you've been working on cutting back on certain addictions, on certain toxic behaviors, being with toxic people, that kind of energy, or just focusing on a toxic part of your life, like it could even be like a toxic job, a toxic family member, there is a need for you to kind of look at yourself, and really ask yourself, is this best for me? Is this what is serving me? Is this a good idea that I'm doing this? Really try to check yourself, because you have the potential as your month goes on to run back into old cycles, old behaviors, old people, and they're going to try to keep you from moving forward with this new, I want to call it this new lease on life that you have. You're at a major crossroads in your life, so don't let your old patterns and behaviors, keep you from being the best version of yourself. Anything else we can tell Taurus about this Devil card? Nine of Cups. So these were things in your life that really brought you a lot of joy. For some of you, alcohol is definitely coming through with the Nine of Cups. If you've been trying to cut back on that and you're around the wrong people who, offer you all these different options of drinks and this and that, just remember that although at one point in time they gave you a lot of comfort, they might not necessarily be what you need right now. And then we have the Eight of Wands and the Sun. So definitely, I see like people from your past, communication that goes through that reminds you of better times, of the good old days. A lot of reminiscent energy here too. So for those of you who aren't like trying to get reacquainted with somebody from a previous relationship or someone that they knew as a child, someone from the past, someone who gives you a lot of positive energy, if you know what I mean, just be cautious of those relapses, those cycles happening again. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to pull a couple of oracle for you before we wrap up your reading. But Taurus, this is beautiful energy. It's definitely you coming back and taking the world by storm, and also just being human at the end there. So just, mind yourself that you don't run back into old behaviors. It is so easy to get caught up in the way that we used to be. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pull some oracle for you for Taurus for the month of May. Any messages you have for them, Spirit. We're going to pick 4 of these, and we're going to pick 3 spirit animal oracles to wrap up your reading. So the first card you have is openness. Full moon is there as well. That last full moon really opened you up to something new starting in your life. You have leadership, and this is not just leadership of others. This is also taking leadership in your own life. You have potential. So a lot of you, I just see this energy where Spirit is ready to take you to the next step. But that procrastination, whatever it is that you're going through, is holding you back in some ways. But I think that you and other people are going to see a lot of potential in you. And as I'm looking at all of these cards, they're all inherently connected to the stars. And like looking up at the stars, there is a lot that is aligning for you in the stars right now to really open up to a new reality, to more potential, to leadership. Last message, Spirit. That's beautiful. But yes, your zodiac chart, your north node, your 10th house, 4th house, those are huge emphasis, and voyage. So get ready to transmute. Get ready to transport yourself to a new and beautiful beginning. Almost every single card I pulled has a moon in it. A sky. A starry sky. And so the stars in the sky are aligning to take you on a new path where you have so much potential to grow. And on the bottom of the deck is change. And so, yeah, this is a time of massive change, restructure in your life, and visibly you becoming a new person. Be open to the opportunities that also come knocking on your door. There is potential that is waiting for you. And your spirit guides, I always show people with this card. There is a mom here holding the baby, right? I don't know exactly why they made them fly, but it's almost like just something that is otherworldly. But your spirit guides, your ancestors, they're all protecting you, and you are this little whale here that's being carried to your next destination. You are so protected on this journey, but you have to open up to this change that wants to come into your life. But okay, let's go ahead and pull your 3 animal oracles, and we'll be done with your reading today, Taurus. I really enjoyed this reading. You have so much beautiful change that's ready to come into your life. Any messages? Wow, another whale. I would look up the significance of a blue whale, a humpback whale. I'm not sure which kind this is actually. But I feel like it might be a humpback whale, but it could be a blue whale. So it says, well, Spirit, trust the great mystery. So you are heading in a direction right now that you don't necessarily know where it's going to lead, where it's going. That's why I feel like Spirit is saying be open. Again, I'll show you guys this openness card. It shows all these different constellations and the stars that correlate with different zodiac signs, and just being open to what this mystery of your life that is unfolding really is. You also have chameleon spirit, act as if. And so this is you acting as if what you already desire is already here. This is a manifestation technique for you to grow, especially in areas of your life where you feel like there has been stagnation, where you're ready for change. Act as if you're already making that extra money every month. Act as if you're already living in that new house. Act as if you've already got the things that you desire. Act as if you're already loved by that perfect partner. One more message, please, for Taurus. That's beautiful. And then you have Dove Spirit, be peace. So this month you will also be diving deeper into more peacefulness in your everyday life. I saw you doing that with the Knight of Cups earlier, where it's like you're not so focused on all the logistics and all the numbers this month. You really want to have a good time and enjoy yourself, but also this is a month to focus on peace of mind, be in a peaceful state. What does that mean for you? And I just want you to really try to enjoy this month as best as you can, Taurus. This was a beautiful reading. But with all that being said, I hope to see you again in a couple of days for another reading. Please comment below if any of this message resonated for you. Go ahead and like this video and subscribe for more content from me, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye, guys.